The phone vibrated against the glass table 3 times. 4. Maya's hand hovered over it, then pulled back. Across the room, James didn't look up from his laptop. The screen cast blue light across his face. His fingers kept moving across the keyboard. The vibrating stopped. Maya picked up the phone. Not hers, his. The screen showed a name, Dr. Rahman, cardiology. She turned the phone toward him. James? He glanced up, looked at the screen, looked back at his laptop. I'm in the middle of something. The phone started vibrating again in her hand. Same name, same blue glow. Maya stood, walked to where he sat, held the phone between him and the screen. It's the cardiologist. They'll leave a message. They called twice, James. Maya, he moved her hand aside, gently, firmly. I said I'm in the middle of something. The vibrating stopped. Maya looked at the phone, at the notification. Missed call 2. She swiped to answer the next time it rang. James's head snapped up. What are you? She was already lifting it to her ear. Hello? A woman's voice, professional, careful. Is this Mr. Harding? No, this is his wife. She looked at James. He'd closed the laptop, was staring at her. He's unavailable right now. Can I help? A pause. Mrs. Harding, this is Dr. Rahman's office. We've been trying to reach your husband about his test results from last week. It's important that he calls us back today. What kind of test results? I can only discuss that with the patient, but please have him call as soon as possible. The line went dead. Maya lowered the phone. James stood now. His jaw was tight. You had no right to answer that. They said it's important. It's my phone. They called 3 times, James. He took the phone from her hand. I would have called them back. When? He didn't answer, turned toward the hallway. Maya stepped in front of him. What test? It's nothing. They wouldn't call 3 times if it was nothing. Maya. What test? He exhaled, looked past her shoulder. The company required physicals. Executive team. It's probably just a follow-up. For cardiology? They check everything. He moved around her. I'll call them tomorrow. They said today. I heard what they said. He walked down the hallway. The bedroom door closed. Not a slam, just closed. Maya stood in the living room. The laptop was still open on the couch. The screen had gone dark. She sat down, touched the trackpad. The screen lit up. Email. Subject line. Q4 projections, urgent. She started to read, then stopped, closed the laptop, picked up her own phone instead, opened the browser, typed, why would a cardiologist call 3 times? The first result. When doctors call repeatedly, it usually means test results require immediate discussion. She clicked the link, read 3 paragraphs, put the phone down. The bedroom door was still closed. Maya walked to the kitchen, filled a glass with water, didn't drink it, set it on the counter. Her phone buzzed, a text from her sister. Still on for lunch Thursday? She typed, yes, deleted it, typed, maybe, I'll let you know, sent it. Another buzz. Her sister, everything okay? Maya stared at the message, started typing, James is... stopped, deleted it. Fine, just busy. She put the phone face down on the counter. The bedroom door opened. James came out in different clothes, jacket on, keys in his hand. I'm going to the office. Now? I need to finish something. It's 8:30 at night. I know what time it is. He walked toward the door. Maya followed. Are you going to call them? Who? The doctor. His hand was on the doorknob. Tomorrow. James. I said tomorrow, Maya. The door opened, closed. His footsteps faded down the hallway outside. Maya stood looking at the door. Then she picked up his laptop from the couch, opened it. The email was still on the screen. She scrolled up, read the thread. Nothing about doctors, nothing about tests, just numbers and projections and meeting requests. She opened a new tab, typed into the search bar, Dr. Rahman, cardiology, found the office, the address, the phone number. Wrote it down on a receipt she pulled from her purse, put the laptop back exactly where she'd found it, sat on the couch in the dark apartment.
and waited for him to come home. Maya waited until James's breathing evened out. 11:45. He'd come back just after 11, gone straight to the bathroom, then to bed. No conversation, no explanation. She slipped out from under the covers, grabbed her phone from the nightstand, walked to the closet. His jacket hung on the hook inside the door, the same one he'd worn when he left. She reached into the inner pocket, pulled out his phone. Pressed the button. Face ID wouldn't work, it was too dark and the phone was angled wrong. She tried his passcode, their anniversary. The screen unlocked. Recent calls. Dr. Rahman's office showed 4 times now, the last one she'd answered. 3 before that, all ignored. She scrolled further back. 2 weeks ago, Dr. Rahman's office. Duration, 12 minutes. So he had talked to them, once. She opened his messages, scrolled. Nothing from the doctor's office, nothing medical. Checked his email on the phone, different account than the laptop, personal email. Scrolled through subject lines, mostly automated, bills, subscriptions, newsletters. Then one from 11 days ago, cardiac CT results, patient portal. She tapped it. Your test results are available. Please log in to the patient portal or call our office to schedule a follow-up appointment. No details, just a link to the portal. She clicked the link, portal login screen, username and password required. Maya backed out, kept scrolling through his email, found another one from 3 weeks ago, appointment reminder, Dr. Rahman, and one from a month before that, new patient registration. So this wasn't a company physical, he'd made the appointments himself. She heard movement from the bedroom, froze, listened. Just James turning over, his breathing still steady. She put the phone back in the jacket pocket, exactly how she'd found it, walked back to the bedroom, slid under the covers, lay staring at the ceiling. At 6:15 she heard James get up, shower running. She kept her eyes closed, kept her breathing even. He moved around the room getting dressed. The closet door opened and closed. The jacket, he was taking the jacket. Footsteps to the kitchen, coffee machine humming. Maya waited 5 more minutes, then got up. He was standing at the counter with his phone when she came in. He looked up, looked back at the phone. Morning. Morning. She went to the coffee maker, poured a cup. Did you call them? Who? The cardiologist. He took a sip of his coffee. Not yet. I will. When? Maya, I just woke up. You've been up for 20 minutes. Are you timing me now? She set her cup down. What's going on, James? Nothing is going on. Then why won't you call them back? He said it quietly, without anger, which somehow made it worse. Maya felt something cold settle in her chest. I'm not giving you orders. I'm worried. Don't be. He rinsed his cup, put it in the dishwasher, grabbed his keys from the counter. I have meetings all morning. I'll be back around 2. Will you call them? He stopped at the door, turned back. What exactly do you think is going to happen if I call them, Maya? I don't know. That's why I want you to call. Maybe I don't want to know yet. The words hung between them. Maya stared at him. Don't want to know what? He looked at her for a long moment, then shook his head. I have to go. James! The door closed. Maya stood in the kitchen. The coffee had gone cold in her hand. She pulled out her phone, found the receipt with the doctor's number she'd written down last night, dialed. At Dr. Rahman's office, this is Nicole. Hello, I'm calling about my husband, James Harding. You called him yesterday. One moment. Keys clicking. Yes, Mrs. Harding. Is your husband available? No, but I'm calling to make an appointment for him, whatever you need him to come in for. A pause. Mrs. Harding, we can't schedule appointments without the patient's consent. I'm his wife. I understand, but HIPAA regulations. Can you at least tell me if it's urgent? Another pause, longer. We've asked him to call us several times. I really can't say more than that. Please, he won't call. He won't even talk about it. If something is wrong, I'm sorry, I truly am, but he needs to be the one to call. Maya closed her eyes. Okay, thank you. She ended the call, looked at the phone in her hand, then opened her contacts, found her sister's name. Can you meet today instead? Need to talk. The reply came in seconds. Noon? Corner Bistro? Maya typed back, "See you there." She had 4 hours before lunch. She went to the bedroom, pulled James's laptop out from under a stack of magazines on his nightstand. It was locked. She tried their anniversary, wrong password, tried his birthday, wrong, tried her birthday, wrong. The laptop locked her out after 3 attempts. Maya put it back, exactly how she'd found it. Then she pulled out her own laptop, opened a browser, typed, "What does a cardiac CT scan look for?" started reading, and didn't stop until it was time to meet her sister.
Claire was already at a table by the window when Maya arrived. 2 glasses of water, menu folded to the side. Maya slid into the chair across from her. "Thanks for meeting." Claire studied her face. "What happened?" Maya pulled her phone, opened the Notes app where she'd typed everything she'd found, slid the phone across the table. Claire read for a moment, looked up. "He had a cardiac CT scan? A month ago, and won't talk about it, won't call the doctor back, acts like I'm attacking him when I bring it up. Did you ask him directly what the scan was for?" "He said it was a company physical, but I checked his email. He scheduled it himself. This wasn't required by work." Claire scrolled through the notes. These results could be normal. Maybe they just want a routine follow-up. "They called 4 times, Claire, and he answered once 2 weeks ago. They talked for 12 minutes. Then he ignored every call after that." "So he knows something." "Yes." Claire handed the phone back. "What are you going to do?" Maya looked out the window. A couple was walking past. The man had his arm around the woman's shoulders. She was laughing at something he'd said. "I don't know." "You could just wait, let him handle it." "What if he doesn't handle it?" "Then at some point he'll have to. If it's serious, it won't just go away." Maya turned back to her sister. "What if by the time he deals with it, it's too late?" Claire was quiet for a moment. "Maya, you can't force him." "I'm not trying to force him, I'm trying to save his life. You don't know that his life needs saving, and I don't know that it doesn't." The waiter came. Claire ordered a salad. Maya ordered the same without looking at the menu. When he left, Claire leaned forward. "Talk to me. What's really going on?" Maya rubbed her eyes. 6 months ago, he started working later, coming home after I was already asleep. Then 3 months ago, he started sleeping in the guest room, said I was keeping him awake, that he needed rest for big meetings. Did you believe him? I wanted to. But then last month I found credit card charges, hotels, downtown, during the day. Claire's expression shifted. "Maya, I know what you're thinking, but I checked. They were for lunch meetings, client events. I saw the calendar invitations." "Okay. And then this, the calls from the doctor, the test he won't discuss. And I keep thinking, what if he knew something was wrong? What if that's why he's been distant? Or what if he's just scared?" Maya looked at her sister. "He won't let me close enough to find out." The food came. Neither of them touched it. Claire finally picked up her fork. "You answered his phone yesterday. You went through his email, his call history." "I know." "That's not nothing, Maya." "I know." "So where's the line? How far are you willing to go?" Maya didn't answer right away. She picked up her water glass, set it back down without drinking. "I logged into his patient portal this morning." "How?" "I guessed his password. Took me 6 tries." "And?" "The results weren't there. It just showed the appointment history and said to contact the office." "Maya, I know it's wrong, but he's shutting me out, Claire, and I don't know if it's actually wrong or because he doesn't trust me anymore, and either way I need to know." Claire put her fork down. "What if you're making it worse? What if he finds out you're going through his things? Then at least we'll be talking. Or he'll leave." The word sat between them like a stone. Maya felt it land, felt the weight of it. "Would that be the worst thing?" Claire asked quietly. "What?" "You said he's been distant for 6 months, sleeping in another room, shutting you out. Maybe this isn't about the doctor. Maybe this is about the marriage.
We're fine. Are you? Maya opened her mouth, closed it. Claire reached across the table, put her hand on Maya's. I'm not saying give up. I'm saying be honest about what you're actually fighting for. Maya pulled her hand back. I'm fighting for my husband. Okay, I am. I believe you. But something in Claire's voice said she didn't. Maya's phone buzzed. A text from James. Heading home early. Need to talk. She showed the screen to Claire. Maybe he's ready, Claire said. Maya stood, put 2 20s on the table. I have to go. Maya. Thank you for lunch. She left before Claire could say anything else. The drive home took 20 minutes. She spent all of it trying to prepare for what he might say. By the time she pulled into the parking garage, she'd imagined 12 different conversations. None of them were right.
James was sitting on the couch when she came in. No laptop, no phone, just sitting. Maya set her purse on the table by the door. You're here. I texted you. I know, I came as soon as I saw it. He gestured to the chair across from him. Sit. She sat. He looked at his hands. I called the doctor. Maya's heart kicked. When? An hour ago. And he have an appointment Monday, 9 a.m. What did they say? They want to do more tests, a stress test, maybe an angiogram. They're not sure yet. Maya leaned forward. James, what did the CT scan show? He was quiet for a long moment. Then, calcification in one of my arteries, the LAD, left anterior descending. She knew that name from her research this morning. The Widowmaker. How bad? They said moderate, but given my age, they want to be aggressive about monitoring it. Your age? You're 42, which is young for this kind of thing, which is why they're concerned. Maya felt like the room had tilted slightly. What does aggressive monitoring mean? More imaging, probably medication, lifestyle changes. He finally looked at her. Maybe more. What more? They mentioned the possibility of a stent if the blockage gets worse. A stent? It's a small procedure. I know what a stent is, James. Silence. Maya sat back, tried to breathe normally. Why didn't you tell me? I am telling you. 2 weeks after you found out. I needed time to process it. By yourself? Yes. She felt anger flare, pushed it down. I'm your wife. I know who you are. Then why are you handling this alone? He stood, walked to the window. Because you would have done exactly what you're doing now, made it bigger than it is, turned it into a crisis. It is a crisis. You have a blocked artery. I have calcification. It's not the same thing. The doctor called 4 times. Because they're cautious, because they want to cover themselves legally, not because I'm dying. Maya stood too. You don't know that. Neither do you. They stared at each other. James broke first, looked away. I have the appointment Monday. I'll go. I'll do whatever they tell me to do, but I need you to not make this into something it doesn't have to be. What does that mean? It means no researching, no calling my doctors behind my back, no treating me like I'm fragile. Maya felt something crack inside her chest. I haven't been treating you like you're fragile. You answered my phone, Maya, because you ignored it 3 times. It wasn't your call to make. You're right, it was yours, and you didn't make it. He turned back to her. So you decided to make it for me. Someone had to. That's exactly what I'm talking about. This is my health, my body, my decision about how to handle it. And what about me? What about you? Do I get any say in this? In my medical care? No. The word landed like a slap. Maya took a step back. I'm not trying to control you. Aren't you? I'm trying to make sure you're okay. By going through my phone, my email, calling my doctor's office? He shook his head. That's not concern, Maya. That's surveillance. Her face flushed. You were hiding this from me. I was processing it privately. There's a difference. Not when it affects both of us. How does it affect you? It's my heart.
We're married, James. What happens to you happens to me. That's not how bodies work. Maya stared at him, at this man she'd been married to for 7 years, who suddenly felt like a stranger. When did you stop trusting me? She asked quietly. He didn't answer right away. When he did, his voice was tired. I trust you, Maya. I don't trust you to let me handle things my own way. Because your way is to ignore it and hope it goes away. My way is to take the time I need before bringing other people into it. I'm not other people. Sometimes that makes it harder. Maya felt tears building, blinked them back. What does that mean? James ran a hand through his hair. I have to pack for Seattle. I'm flying out tomorrow morning. Maya turned. Seattle? You didn't tell me you were going to Seattle. The merger meeting. I told you last week. You didn't. I did. You were on your laptop. You said okay. She tried to remember. Couldn't. How long? 4 days. Back Thursday night. What about your appointment Monday? I'll fly back Sunday night, go straight to the appointment Monday morning, then back to Seattle. That's ridiculous. Just reschedule. I can't reschedule. This meeting's been on the books for 3 months. James, you have a blocked artery. I have calcification, and I'll deal with it after Seattle. He walked down the hallway. The bedroom door closed. Maya stood in the living room. Her phone buzzed. Claire. How'd it go? Maya typed. He told me. Appointment Monday. He's fine. Deleted that. Typed. He's leaving for Seattle tomorrow. Deleted that too. Put the phone in her pocket. Went to the kitchen, poured a glass of wine, drank half of it standing at the sink, then went to the bedroom. James was folding shirts into a suitcase on the bed. Can I come with you? Maya asked. To Seattle? Yes. Why? Because I want to. Maya, I'll stay out of your way. I'll work from the hotel. We can have dinner together. That's all. He zipped the suitcase. You can't just drop everything because I have an appointment. I'm not. I'm coming because I want to spend time with you. That's not what this is about. What is it about then? He stood to face her. It's about you not trusting me to take care of myself. That's not true. Then why do you need to be there? Maya didn't have an answer, at least not one that would prove his point. I'll be back Thursday, James said. We can talk more then. He carried the suitcase to the door, set it next to his shoes. Maya watched him move around the room, gathering his toiletries, his charger, his jacket. Every movement careful, deliberate, like he was preparing for more than just a business trip. The apartment felt hollow after James left. Maya had gone through the motions, made breakfast she didn't eat, answered emails, started laundry, but everything felt performative, like she was an actor playing the role of someone whose life was normal. By 10 a.m. Friday, she couldn't stand it anymore. She opened her laptop, pulled up James's calendar. She'd had access to it for years. They'd shared calendars when they first got married, back when they actually coordinated their lives. The Seattle trip was there. Meridian Merger Review, Seattle office, Friday through Wednesday. Attendees listed James, 3 other executives, and outside counsel. She clicked on the calendar entry, opened the location details. Hotel, the Emerald Grand, downtown Seattle. She opened a new tab, searched for flights to Seattle. Found one leaving at 2 p.m., 4 hours from now. She stared at the booking screen. This was crazy. He'd told her not to come. He'd explicitly said he needed space. But he'd also lied about the physical, hidden medical tests, shut her out for months. And now he was flying across the country with a potentially serious heart condition, refusing to reschedule his appointment, acting like none of it mattered. Maya clicked Book Flight, entered her credit card information, confirmed. Then she called Claire. I'm doing something stupid, Maya said when her sister answered. How stupid? Flying to Seattle in 4 hours, stupid. Silence on the other end. Claire? Does James know? No. Maya. I know how this sounds, but I can't just sit here while he's across the country pretending everything's fine. What if something happens? What if he has a heart attack in some hotel room and no one's there? Then the hotel staff will call 911. He's not going into the wilderness. You know what I mean. Claire sighed. What's your plan? Show up at his hotel? I don't know yet. Maybe I just need to be in the same city, close enough to get to him if something goes wrong. Or maybe you need to let him handle this himself. Maya closed her eyes. I can't. Can't or won't? Does it matter? Another silence. If you do this, Claire finally said, and he finds out, it's going to make everything worse. I know. I'm serious, Maya. This isn't just crossing a line, this is obliterating it. I know. And you're going anyway. Yes. Claire exhaled slowly. Okay, call me when you land. And Maya, yeah? Be careful, not just with James, with yourself. Maya ended the call, pulled a suitcase from the closet, started packing. She was at the airport by noon, through security by 12:30, sitting at the gate by 1, watching the departure board and wondering if she'd completely lost her mind. Her phone buzzed. A text from James. Landed, heading to hotel. Talk later. She typed, hope the flight was good. Love you. He sent back a thumbs up emoji. Maya stared at the tiny icon, tried to remember the last time he'd sent her an actual message instead of a reaction. Couldn't. They called her boarding group at 1:45. She got on the plane, found her seat, buckled in, turned off her location sharing on her phone, and didn't let herself think about what she was doing until the plane was already in the air. The flight took 3 hours. Maya spent most of it reading articles about cardiac calcification, about stents and angiograms and stress tests, about survival rates and lifestyle interventions and warning signs. By the time they landed, she'd memorized more medical terminology than she'd ever wanted to know. She took a rideshare to a different hotel, not the Emerald Grand, somewhere smaller, 3 blocks away, checked in under her own name. The room was standard, clean, impersonal. She set her suitcase on the luggage rack, sat on the edge of the bed. Now what? Her phone buzzed. James, heading to bed. Good night. She typed, good night, love you. No response. Maya set the phone on the nightstand, closed her eyes, and tried not to think about how easy it was to watch him from across a lobby, how simple it was to be in his orbit without him knowing, and how wrong that should feel, and how it didn't. Maya woke to light pressing through the hotel curtains. 7:15 a.m. She'd fallen asleep in her clothes at some point past midnight. Her phone showed 2 messages from Claire. Did you land? And then 3 hours later, Maya, answer me. She typed back, sorry, landed safe. Everything's fine. It wasn't fine, but she didn't know how to explain what she was doing without it sounding completely unhinged. James's calendar showed meetings starting at 8:30, all day, break for lunch at noon, more meetings until 6. Maya showered, changed, went downstairs to the hotel's breakfast area, sat with coffee she didn't want and a muffin she didn't eat. At 8:20, she walked back to the Emerald Grand. The meeting rooms were on the 2nd floor. She'd seen the directory in the lobby last night. Meridian Conference Center, 2nd floor. She took the elevator up, found the conference center. Long hallway with rooms on either side. Each door had a small placard, Cascade A, Cascade B, Olympic Suite. At the end of the hall, a set of double doors stood open. Inside, rows of chairs, a projector screen, coffee station in the back. Maya walked past slowly, glanced inside. James stood near the front, talking to the woman from last night, both holding tablets, both focused on whatever was on the screen. Maya kept walking, found the women's restroom, went inside, washed her hands even though they were clean, looked at herself in the mirror. This was insane. She was insane. She should leave, right now, go back to her hotel, book a flight home, pretend this never happened. Instead, she dried her hands, went back into the hallway, walked past the conference room again. James was sitting now. The meeting had started. 20 people scattered around the room, laptops open, serious faces. Maya found a chair in the hallway, near the elevator, far enough that no one would question why she was there, close enough to see the conference room doors. She pulled out her phone, opened her email, pretended to work. At noon, the doors opened. People filed out, talking, stretching, heading toward the elevators. James came out with 2 of the men. They walked right past Maya. She kept her eyes on her phone, held her breath. They didn't notice her. She waited until they were in the elevator, then followed at a distance. They went to the lobby, to the restaurant, same place as last night. Maya walked past the entrance, saw them sitting at a corner table, menus open. She kept walking, out the front doors, down the street, found a coffee shop 2 blocks away, ordered a sandwich, sat by the window. Her phone buzzed. "Claire, have you lost your mind?" Maya stared at the message, typed, "Probably." "Where is he?" "Lunch meeting." "And where are you?" "Coffee shop." "Maya." "I know. This is stalking. I'm just making sure he's okay." "From a coffee shop 2 blocks away?" Maya didn't respond. Another message from Claire. "Come home, today, right now." Maya put her phone face down on the table, ate her sandwich without tasting it. At 1:30, she walked back to the Emerald Grand, back to the 2nd floor, back to the chair in the hallway. The afternoon meetings ran until 6. Maya sat in that hallway for 4.5 hours. People walked past, a few glanced at her. No one asked what she was doing. She alternated between her phone and her laptop, made it look like she was working, probably fooled no one. At 6:05, the conference room doors opened again. More people filing out, tired now, end-of-day posture. James came out alone this time, jacket slung over his arm, tie loosened. He walked toward the elevator, stopped, turned, looked directly at Maya. Her heart stopped. He stared at her. She stared back. 5 seconds, 10. Then he turned away, got on the elevator. The doors closed. Maya sat frozen, trying to breathe. He'd seen her. He'd definitely seen her. Her phone buzzed. Text from James. "Room 847. Now." Maya stood on shaking legs, walked to the elevator, pressed the button. The ride up felt like it took an hour. 8th floor, down the hallway, room 847. She knocked. The door opened immediately. James stood there, face unreadable. "Get in." She went inside. He closed the door behind her. The room was nicer than hers. Suite, not just a room. Sitting area with a couch, desk, bedroom visible through a doorway. James set his jacket on the chair, turned to face her. "How long?" Maya's throat was dry. "What?" "How long have you been here, in Seattle?" "Since yesterday." "You followed me." "I needed to make sure you were okay." "By stalking me?" "I wasn't." "You were sitting outside my meetings, Maya. You were watching me at lunch. What the hell do you call that?" "I was worried." "You were checking up on me." "Yes, because you wouldn't let me come with you, because you're dealing with a serious health issue and acting like it's nothing, because you don't trust me." Maya stopped, felt the words hit. "That's not true." "Then what is this?" He gestured at her, at the room, at the situation. "You flew across the country without telling me, stayed in a hotel nearby, watched me for how long? 2 days?" "1 day. I just got here yesterday." "Oh, well, that makes it fine then." "James, do you have any idea how this looks? How it feels to walk out of a meeting and see my wife sitting in the hallway like she's on a stalkout?" "I'm sorry." "Are you? Because from where I'm standing, you're not sorry you did it. You're just sorry you got caught." Maya felt tears starting, blinked them back. "I was scared." "Of what?" "Of you being here alone, of something happening, of," her voice cracked, "of losing you." James's expression softened slightly,
then hardened again. So your solution was to spy on me? I wasn't spying. What would you call it? Protecting you. I don't need protection, Maya. I need space. I need trust. I need a wife who doesn't treat me like I'm incompetent. I don't think you're incompetent. Then what? What possible reason could justify flying here in secret and watching me like I'm a suspect? Maya sank on the couch, put her face in her hands. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Silence. Then she heard him move, felt the couch shift as he sat down, not close, a full cushion between them. Maya, his voice was tired. This can't continue. What can't? This, us, whatever this has become. Her stomach dropped. What are you saying? I'm saying we need help, professional help, because I can't do this anymore. The checking my phone, going through my email, following me to Seattle, I can't live like this. I'll stop. Will you? Because you said you'd trust me to handle the doctor situation, and then you went through my things anyway. You said you wouldn't treat me like I was fragile, and then you flew here to babysit me. Your promises don't mean anything if you can't keep them. Maya felt like she was falling. I'm trying. I know, but trying isn't enough when you keep doing the same things. What do you want me to do? He looked at her. I want you to go home. I want you to book a flight tonight, and I want you to think, really think, about whether you're willing to change, because if you're not, then we need to have a different conversation. Are you asking for a divorce? I'm asking for space to figure out if there's anything left to save. The words hung in the air like smoke. Maya stood, grabbed her purse. I'll go. Maya? No, you're right. You're absolutely right. I'll book a flight. I'll go home. She walked to the door, hand on the knob, turned back. For what it's worth, I love you. That's why I'm here. Not because I don't trust you, but because I love you and I'm terrified of losing you, and I don't know how to just stand by and do nothing. James looked at her. For a moment, something shifted in his face, something soft. Then it closed again. I know you love me, but sometimes love looks like letting go. Maya opened the door and left before he could see her cry.
Maya's flight didn't leave until 6 a.m. the next morning. She'd found a red-eye with a connection through Denver, booked it from her phone while sitting in her hotel room with the lights off. She didn't sleep. At 3 a.m. she gave up trying, took a shower, packed, checked out at 4. The airport was quiet. Travelers were sparse. She got coffee from a machine that tasted like bitter water, sat at her gate, stared at nothing. Her phone buzzed. James, did you get home safe? She stared at the message. He didn't know she hadn't left yet. She typed, flight delayed, landing this afternoon. Not technically a lie. Her first flight was delayed 40 minutes. He didn't respond. Maya boarded at 6:30, found her seat, window, put her forehead against the cold glass and closed her eyes. The airplane attendant's voice crackled through the speakers. Safety demonstration, exits, flotation devices. Maya tuned it out. The plane pushed back, taxied, lifted. She watched Seattle shrink below her. Somewhere down there, James was waking up, getting ready for another day of meetings, living his life without her watching from the periphery. The thought should have been comforting. It wasn't. She landed in Denver at 9:15. Connection didn't leave until 1, 4 hours to kill. Maya found a restaurant, ordered breakfast she didn't eat, opened her laptop, started typing an email to James, deleted it, started again. I know I messed up. I know coming to Seattle crossed a line. I don't expect you to forgive me right away. I just want you to know that I hear you, and I'm going to try to do better. She read it 3 times, deleted it, typed, I'm sorry, deleted that too, closed the laptop. At 12:30 she boarded the second flight, middle seat this time, between a businessman who smelled like cologne and a teenager who kept elbowing her while playing games on his phone. She didn't care.
just stared at the seat back in front of her. The plane landed at 5:40 p.m. local time. Maya walked through the terminal like a ghost, found her car in long-term parking, drove home on autopilot. The apartment felt wrong when she walked in. Too quiet, too still. She set her suitcase by the door, didn't unpack, went to the kitchen, poured a glass of wine, stood at the counter drinking it. Her phone buzzed. "Claire, did you make it home?" "Yes." "Want to talk?" "Not yet." "Okay, I'm here when you're ready." Maya set the phone down, finished the wine, poured another glass, went to the living room, sat on the couch in the dark. At 7, her phone rang. James. Her hand hovered over the screen, then answered. "Hello?" "Hi." His voice was careful. "You made it back?" "Yeah, few hours ago." "How was the flight?" "Fine. Long." Silence. Then James. "We need to talk, when I get back." "I know." "I've been thinking about what I said, about needing space." Maya's chest tightened. "Okay." "I think I should stay at a hotel for a while when I get back, just for a week or two, give us both time to breathe." "If that's what you want." "It's not about what I want, it's about what we need." "Okay." More silence. "Maya, I'm not trying to punish you. I know. I just think some distance might help us see things more clearly." "Clearly." "Yeah." She heard voices in the background on his end, someone calling his name. "I have to go, dinner reading, but we'll talk more when I'm back, Thursday night." "Okay." "Okay." The line went dead. Maya sat holding the phone. Thursday. 2 more days. 2 more days of this limbo, this waiting, this not knowing. She got up, walked to the bedroom, opened James's closet. His clothes hung in neat rows, organized by type, shirts, then pants, then suits. She ran her hand along the fabric, stopped at one shirt, blue, his favorite. He'd worn it to their first date 7 years ago. She pulled it off the hanger, held it to her face, breathed in the smell of his detergent, his cologne, sat on the floor of the closet holding the shirt, and let herself cry. When she finally stopped, it was dark outside. The apartment had gone completely black. Maya got up, put the shirt back, closed the closet door, went to the bathroom, washed her face, looked at herself in the mirror. Red eyes, swollen face, hair a mess. She looked like someone who was falling apart. Maybe she was. Her phone buzzed. Unknown number. She almost didn't answer, then did anyway. "Hello?" "Are you Mrs. Harding? This is Nicole from Dr. Rahman's office." Maya's heart stopped. "Yes?" "We called to confirm your husband's appointment tomorrow at 9 a.m. "Tomorrow? The appointment is Monday." "We had a cancellation and we called Mr. Harding this afternoon to see if he wanted to move it up. He agreed to come in tomorrow instead." "He did?" "Yes. Is there a problem?" "No. No problem. Thank you for confirming." "Of course, we'll see him tomorrow." The line went dead. Maya stood in the bathroom holding the phone. James had moved up his appointment to tomorrow, Sunday, which meant he'd be flying back tonight, not Thursday, and he hadn't told her. She opened her texts with James, scrolled up. The last message was from 2 hours ago, heading to dinner meeting. Nothing about the appointment, nothing about changing his flight. Maya closed the laptop, sat in the dark apartment, and made a decision.
Maya was waiting in the arrival area when James came through at 2:20 a.m. He saw her immediately, stopped walking. For a moment, neither of them moved. Then he walked over, set his carry-on down. "You didn't have to come get me." "I know." "How did you—" He stopped, looked at her. "My calendar." "Yes." He exhaled slowly, picked up his bag. "Let's not do this here." They walked to the parking garage in silence, got in the car. Maya drove. 15 minutes into the drive, James finally spoke. "Dr. Rahman called, offered to move up the appointment." "I know. His office called to confirm. They thought I knew. I was going to tell you. When? Tonight, when I got home. You're home now. Maya, you changed your flight, moved up a cardiac appointment, and didn't tell me after everything we talked about, after you said we needed to communicate better. I didn't want you to worry. So lying is better? I didn't lie, I just didn't tell you yet. That's the same thing, James. He turned to look at her. Is it? Because you flew to Seattle without telling me, watched me for a full day without telling me, but somehow that's different? Maya's hands tightened on the wheel. I'm not saying what I did was right. Good, because it wasn't. But you can't keep shutting me out and then act surprised when I try to find out what's happening. I'm not shutting you out. I'm trying to handle things without you turning them into a crisis. Your health is a crisis, James. To you, not to me. They pulled into the parking garage. Maya turned off the car. Neither of them moved to get out. What happened in Seattle? James asked quietly, after you left my room. I went back to my hotel, booked a flight home, left the next morning. That's it? What else would there be? He studied her face. I don't know, but I feel like I don't know you anymore, like you've become someone who follows people and goes through their things and lies about where they are. Maya's hands tightened on the wheel. Is that really how you see me? I don't want to, but what else should I think? You should think that I'm terrified, that I'm watching my husband refuse to deal with a serious health problem, that I'm trying to hold our marriage together while you're pulling away, that I don't know what else to do. So your solution is to violate my privacy? My solution is to not lose you. You can't lose something you're strangling, Maya. You just crush it. She turned to look at him. Is that what I'm doing? Crushing us? I don't know. Maybe we're crushing each other. They sat in the silent car. The parking garage was empty. Dim fluorescent lights. Oil stains on concrete. What time is your appointment? Maya asked finally. 9. Do you want me to come with you? He didn't answer right away. I don't think that's a good idea. Why not? Because I need to do this alone. I need to prove to myself that I can handle it without you managing everything. I wouldn't manage anything. You wouldn't be able to help yourself. Maybe he was right. Maybe she couldn't sit in a doctor's office without asking questions, without pushing, without trying to control the outcome. Will you at least tell me what they say after? She asked finally. Yes. Promise? Maya, just promise me that. He looked at her. I promise, I'll tell you everything, but after the appointment, not before, not during, after. Okay. They got out of the car, took the elevator up to the apartment. Inside, James set his bag in the entryway, checked his watch. I should get a few hours of sleep before the appointment. Okay. He walked toward the bedroom, stopped, turned back. Are you going to be up? He asked. Probably. Try to sleep. You look exhausted. So do you. He almost smiled. Almost. Yeah, well, it's been a week. He went into the bedroom, closed the door. Maya stood in the living room, looked at the clock. 2:50 a.m. 6 hours until his appointment. She went to the kitchen, made tea she wouldn't drink, sat at the table, pulled out her phone, opened the browser, started to search for cardiac stress test procedures, stopped, closed the browser, put the phone face down on the table, and just sat there in the dark kitchen, trying to trust that James would be okay tomorrow, that he would tell her the truth, that she could let him handle this himself. Trying, and failing. At 3:30 a.m., she gave up on trying to stay away. She walked to the bedroom, opened the door quietly. James was asleep, on his back, one arm over his eyes. Maya stood in the doorway watching him breathe. In, out, in, out. Each breath a small relief. She counted 10 breaths, then 20. At 30, James stirred. His arm dropped. His eyes opened. He saw her standing there. Maya? Sorry, I just wanted to make sure you were okay. I'm sleeping. I'm sorry. She started to close the door. Wait, his voice was rough with sleep. Come here. She hesitated, then walked to the bed.
James moved over, made space, patted the mattress. Maya lay down beside him, not touching, just close. They lay in the dark silence. "I'm scared," she whispered. "I know. What if something's really wrong? Then we'll deal with it." "We?" "We." Maya felt her hands slide down her face, into her hair. "I thought you wanted space." "I do, but not tonight. Tonight we can just be here." Maya moved closer, put her head on his chest, felt his heart beating under her ear. Steady, strong. For now. James's hand came up, rested on her back, and they stayed like that until the alarm went off at 7:30.
Maya didn't go to the appointment. She wanted to, stood by the door while James got ready, keys in her hand, ready to offer to drive him, but she didn't. She watched him leave at 8:15, watched the door close behind him. Then she sat on the couch and waited. At 9:30, her phone buzzed. "Claire, how are you holding up?" Maya typed, "He's at the appointment now." "Did you go with him?" "No." "Good for you." Maya put the phone down. At 10:15, she couldn't sit still anymore. Got up, paced, made coffee, didn't drink it. At 11, her phone rang. "James." She answered on the first ring. "Hi." "Hi, I'm done." "And?" "Can I come home? I'd rather talk in person." Her stomach dropped. "Is it bad?" "Just come home, please." "I'm here. I'm at the apartment." "I know. I'm in the parking garage." She hung up, went to the door, opened it. Waited. 2 minutes later, James came down the hallway. He looked tired, older somehow than when he'd left this morning. He walked inside, set his keys on the table, turned to her. The stress test showed reduced blood flow. Not terrible, but not good. They want to do an angiogram this week to get a better look. Maya nodded, couldn't speak. If the angiogram shows significant blockage, which Dr. Rahman thinks it will, they'll do an angioplasty, possibly a stent. They're scheduling it for Friday. Friday? As in 4 days from now? Yes. Is it dangerous? Every procedure has risks, but it's routine. They do hundreds of these. What are the risks? Bleeding, infection, damage to the artery, heart attack, stroke. He said it clinically, like he was reading from a pamphlet. All unlikely, but possible. Maya sat down on the couch. Okay. Okay? What else am I supposed to say? James sat beside her, not touching, but close. You can say you're scared or angry or whatever you're actually feeling. I don't know what I'm feeling. That's fair. They sat in silence. I'm sorry, Maya said, finally. For what? For Seattle, for going through your things, for not trusting you to handle this. I'm sorry too. She looked at him. For what? For shutting you out, for lying about the physical, for making you feel like you had to spy on me to know what was happening. You didn't make me do that. I chose to. Yeah, but I created the situation where you felt like you had no other choice. He rubbed his face. I've been thinking a lot the past few days about why I kept this from you, and I think part of it is that I knew if I told you, it would become real, like saying it out loud would make it true. It was already true, whether you said it or not. I know, but in my head, as long as I didn't talk about it, I could pretend it was fine, that I was fine, that we were fine. Are we fine? He didn't answer right away. I don't know. Are we? Maya looked at their reflections in the dark TV screen. 2 people sitting on a couch, close but not touching, together but separate. I think we could be, if we both try, she said quietly. What does trying look like? I don't know. Maybe therapy, like you said. Someone who can help us figure out how to communicate without it turning into this. And in the meantime? In the meantime, you have a procedure on Friday, and I'd like to be there, if you'll let me. James turned to look at her. I'd like you to be there too. Yeah? Yeah, I'm scared too, Maya. I've just been trying not to show it. You don't have to hide from me.
I know. Old habit. Maya reached for his hand. He let her take it. They sat like that for a while, holding hands on the couch in the quiet apartment. What happens after Friday, assuming everything goes okay? Recovery, few weeks of taking it easy, then cardiac rehab, lifestyle changes. They gave me a whole packet. He gestured to a folder on the table. Diet, exercise, stress management. Stress management. I know, ironic. We'll figure it out. Will we? We have to. I'm not losing you to a blocked artery. James squeezed her hand. You're not losing me. Promise? Promise. Maya leaned her head on his shoulder, felt him lean into her. For the first time in months, maybe longer, she felt like they were on the same side. It wouldn't fix everything, she knew that. They still had work to do, patterns to break, trust to rebuild. But right now, in this moment, it was enough to just be here together, to not be alone.
Friday arrived with gray skies and the smell of rain that never came. Maya drove James to the hospital at 6 a.m. He was quiet in the passenger seat, hands folded in his lap, staring out the window. She didn't try to fill the silence with empty reassurances. They checked in at the cardiac catheterization lab. A nurse in blue scrubs led them to a pre-op area, gave James a gown and a locker for his clothes. I'll be back in 10 minutes to start your IV, she said, then left them alone. James changed behind a curtain, came out looking smaller somehow in the thin hospital gown. He sat on the bed. Maya pulled a chair close. How are you feeling? She asked. Like I want to leave. But you won't. No, I won't. The nurse came back, started an IV in his left hand, asked him questions from a checklist, allergies, last meal, who to contact in case of emergency. James gave Maya's name without hesitation. At 7:30, Dr. Rahman came in. Tall, calm presence, gray at his temples. He shook both their hands. How are we doing this morning? Ready to get this over with, James said. That's a good attitude. Dr. Rahman pulled up a stool, sat at eye level with James. I'm going to walk you through what's going to happen. We'll make a small incision in your wrist, thread a catheter up through your artery to your heart, inject contrast dye so we can see the blockage on X-ray. If we find significant narrowing, which I expect we will, we'll inflate a small balloon to open the artery and place a stent to keep it open. How long does it take? Usually about an hour. You'll be awake but sedated. You might feel some pressure but no pain. James nodded. And after? Recovery room for a few hours. If everything looks good, you'll go home today. Take it easy for a week. No heavy lifting, no strenuous exercise. You'll have some bruising at the insertion site. That's normal. When can I go back to work? Desk work? Monday if you're feeling up to it. But I want you starting cardiac rehab within the week. And we'll need to talk about long-term management. Diet, exercise, possibly medication. Okay. Dr. Rahman stood. Any other questions? James looked at Maya, then back at the doctor. What are the chances something goes wrong? Serious complications happen in less than 2% of cases. We'll be monitoring you the entire time, but I won't lie to you. There's always some risk with any procedure. That said, leaving the blockage alone is a much bigger risk. Okay. We're going to take good care of you, James. Thank you. Dr. Rahman left. A different nurse came in. We're ready for you. James looked at Maya. She stood, leaned down, kissed his forehead. I'll be right here when you wake up. You don't have to stay. I know, but I'm staying anyway. He smiled. Small, but real. Okay. They wheeled him away. Maya sat in the waiting room. There were 5 other people scattered around, all staring at phones or magazines or middle distance. She pulled out her own phone, opened her messages, typed to Claire. He's in the procedure now, they said about an hour. How are you holding up? Okay, just waiting. Want me to come sit with you? No, but thank you. Call me after. Love you. Love you too. Maya put the phone away, picked up a magazine, put it back down without reading, watched the clock.
7:45, 8, 8:15. At 8:32, a nurse came through the double doors. Mrs. Harding? Maya stood. Yes. Your husband did great. Dr. Ronan will be out to talk to you in a few minutes. He's okay? He's fine, in recovery. You'll be able to see him soon. Relief washed through her so strongly she had to sit back down. The nurse squeezed her shoulder. He really did great. 10 minutes later, Dr. Rahman came through the same doors. Mrs. Harding, James came through the procedure beautifully. We found a 70% blockage in the LAD, exactly what we expected. We opened it with angioplasty and placed one stent. Blood flow looks excellent now. Maya felt tears building. So he's going to be okay. He's going to be fine. He'll need to take his medications, make the lifestyle changes we discussed, come to cardiac rehab, but yes, he's going to be okay. When can I see him? Give us about 20 minutes to get him settled, then a nurse will come get you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Dr. Rahman smiled. He's lucky to have you. Maya waited, texted Claire the update, called her mother and told her everything was fine. Then a nurse came. You can see him now. She followed to the recovery area. James was in a bed near the window, eyes open, a little foggy but aware. He smiled when he saw her. Hey, hey. She pulled a chair close, took his hand. How do you feel? Tired, floaty, my wrist hurts a little. Dr. Rahman said you did great. He put a stent in. I know. So I have metal in my heart now. You're a cyborg. He laughed, then winced. Don't make me laugh. Sorry. They sat quietly. His thumb rubbed small circles on the back of her hand. Thank you for being here, he said. Where else would I be? I don't know, but thank you anyway. James? Yeah? I love you, and I know I have a lot of work to do, on trusting you, on not trying to control everything. But I want to do that work. With you. I want that too. Yeah? Yeah. They moved him to a regular room 2 hours later, monitored him for another 3 hours. By 3 p.m., they were clearing him to go home. A nurse gave them discharge instructions, medications, follow-up appointments, restrictions. Maya listened carefully, took notes. James watched her taking notes. You don't have to write all that down. They gave us papers. I know, but I want to. Okay. They drove home slowly, Maya taking corners carefully, stopping gently at lights. I'm not made of glass, James said. I know, but I'm driving carefully anyway. Okay. At home, she helped him get settled on the couch, brought him water, his medications, a blanket. Do you need anything else? She asked. Just you. Can you sit with me? She sat. He put his head on her lap. She ran her fingers through his hair. We're going to be okay, she said quietly. Yeah, we are. And for the first time in a long time, Maya believed it. They had a long road ahead, cardiac rehab, therapy, learning how to communicate without walls, learning how to trust without controlling, but they would walk that road together, starting now, starting here, with James alive and healing and present, and Maya learning, slowly, imperfectly, how to let go without letting him fall. It wouldn't be easy, but it would be enough.